I don't know my Maple Leaf fans. Well, the Maple Leafs played tonight after yesterday's 3-2 loss. They're playing Nashville Predators. I'm not gonna take you live to the pre-game press conference right now. Enjoy.
John, what's your sense of your line 3 games into the regular season here?
Uh, I liked our first game. I think in Detroit, um, maybe didn't generate as much as we wanted to, but things changed up with Matthias there last night. So did some good things. Obviously, things got kind of mixed up as the game went on. There's definitely a lot of areas to still get better at. There's still been some good things, and yeah, maybe haven't generated as many high-end looks as we can sometimes, but sometimes that's just kind of the way the game is. You got to grind and you got to work through it and continue to check like Chief talks about, and it's amazing how things start to turn, and all of a sudden you get yourself a little more time and space, get into good areas of the ice. So continuing to do that, get on the forecheck, earn pucks back, and get second and third looks.
How much of that is changing line mates or just early season rust? Like, what do you attribute the lack of high major chances to?
Well, I mean, I think it's easy to get really narrow-sighted on 3 games. I think throughout the course of 82, there's always going to be a few nights maybe you didn't generate as much as you like. I think there's certainly been opportunities to score and put the puck in the net. So I think you just kind of continue to stay with it. You don't try to overthink things or try to do too much. I think you just try to stick with playing well and putting yourself on the right side of it. Last night as a team, as the game wore on especially, we did a lot of that. Their goalie played well, and we haven't had many maybe looks on the power play as well either that give you some opportunities to get some looks on net, generate momentum, things like that. So I think you just keep trying to build your game, be a little sharper, execute a little better, continue to be difficult to play against, and understand the importance of playing 200 feet and how good you got to be away from the puck, the way you got to defend, the way you have to check, and how that leads to the rest of our game.
Craig had mentioned last night that specifically he's looking for more from William. You've gotten to know him over the years. What have you learned about his ability to kind of respond when the coach pushes him?
Well, I've always said that's why I think Willie does tremendously well in this market. I think, more than anyone will look himself in the mirror and knows maybe that he can do more, he can play better. So he's obviously one of the best in the league. Obviously, we're very lucky to have him, and we know what he's capable of and his ability to respond, and not only when he's challenged from, whether it's anyone within our locker room, whether it's coaching staff, but just himself and the expectations that he has for him and the standards he set and how great he wants to be night to night. So, he responds really well.
You do have another Swede who's off to a decent scoring start. You can talk a little bit about Collie and how well he's done, especially considering in training camp it was unclear where he's going to wind up.
Yeah, which I think has been great for us in general here to start, is just the contributions we're getting offensively from a lot of guys, and certainly Callie's got that ability. He's shown that over his career. Obviously, it was a challenging year for him last year, and what he went through physically and the time away and having to get better and just coming in healthy, and how great of a camp he had and how he's impacted us here. So we've had great contributions from him and a lot of other guys offensively that have put us in good spots to win games. Paid off for us the first night, and we just got to close things out and play a full 60.
What stood out to you about Cowan's debut? Like, what do you notice seeing him?
Well, I think you see his hockey IQ, his ability to make plays and see things that maybe not everyone can see. His ability to find the open man, to put the puck in good spots, realize I think thinking 1-2 steps ahead, the way you're being defended, the way you're being checked, and trying to manipulate things or make plays that obviously lead to puck possession, scoring chances, things like that. So thought he looked real solid, really good, really comfortable, and he'll only get better. I think there's no doubt he's going to be a very good player.
What has stood out most about Caden Primo in your short time with him here?
He's been pretty quiet, but I think there's certainly underlying excitement about the opportunity and what he can bring to the table. Obviously, he's got some experience, and I think looking forward to, for him, just relishing the opportunity that he has here with us, and has come in, just worked really hard, put his head down, and just trying to be ready to compete every single day and ready for when his name's called.
You touched on the power play. Would getting more chances help kind of assimilate?
Yeah, you got to earn those.
Because you made a big
Yeah. We just, sometimes calls don't always go your way. Sometimes things are tight and standards set. I thought in Detroit it was a pretty tight standard, and it's on us to continue to be difficult to play against, stress the opponent, and eventually you earn the calls and you're able to get multiple looks and opportunities that obviously can help impact the game and build momentum, obviously get results offensively. So continue to do a lot of more of the things that we did last night that can hopefully, like I said, earn those chances.
Steven Stamkos mentioned recently that it would be a dream to play in the Olympics. He still wants to make Team Canada. Just your generation in particular got hit hard by the lack of participation. How do you view those lost years for international competition?
Yeah, I mean, I don't try to dwell on it too much because it's in the past and it's over with. But it sucked that we lost those opportunities, no doubt. I mean, those are times in our career where you want to maximize the opportunities to play best on best and play at the Olympic Games. Obviously, got fortunate to do it once, and it was difficult for Stammer with the injury that he had. So you definitely feel for him. So yeah, it was unfortunate. I think we obviously would love to go, and I think that's why there was such a strong push from the players, in the current generation that's really kind of come on and, leading the game right now and what they're doing, and Connor and Austin and McKinnon and all those guys, because, it's so special to be a part of it as a kid growing up. You look for those opportunities and know how rare they are.
And what stood out to you about Easton's debut last night?
Awesome. I think just his confidence in general with the puck, especially in his first game, that's hard to do. I know it's a interesting situation to be in, a lot of emotions, certain things like that. But I love his game. I love the way that he had fun with it as well. I felt like he was enjoying himself, and it's always fun to see guys play their first game.
What have you noticed about his character, and off the ice, the stuff we don't see? What are your conversations with him been like?
It's been great. It's fun for me being around young guys. I still feel like a young guy myself, but at times when you get to talk to younger guys, especially like him, he brings a lot of energy each and every day. He's got a smile on his face. We went to dinner the other night, and he was just having a great time enjoying the meal. And it was pretty funny because there was a lot of things where he was like, I've never had this before. And I remember being in that same position. So it's great to see the game through young guys again, and something we can all feed off of that energy.
An example.
What didn't he have before?
I think it was like the tuna tartare or something like that. One of those meals that I didn't grow up having in Colorado by any means. So, we're like, yeah, I mean, I guess you can get used to it a little bit, but I think he liked it.
What's the focus for a defenseman when you got a new goalie like Caden Primo comes in? How do you approach building chemistry with a new goalie?
I think communication is just a huge point. As I'm going back on pucks for him, just in front of the net, talking about if there's somebody on the back door, just trying to be as loud as possible. I think that helps everybody's eyes be able to focus, where the puck is for the goalie. So for me, I like to just try and be as loud as possible and communicate in the best regard and have trust within each other. I think he's a very good goalie, and I'm excited to see what he can bring tonight.
How pleased are you for a guy like Yarncroc, who, like you, does a lot of things maybe that go unseen, and he's kind of getting rewarded with some goals?
Absolutely love it. He's been fantastic. I think aside from the goals, you've seen his game. There's times where I've seen him skating on the penalty kill, certain things, and he's been absolutely flying. So, I have so much respect for the guys that do go unseen in certain regards, but I love him as a player and as a person, so I'm really excited that he's been starting off really well here, and hopefully we can continue to keep going.
How would you assess the team's play through 3 games here? Like, what do you see as the biggest area that needs improvement?
I think in the beginning part of the year, you're going to be trying to figure out certain parts of your game for sure. I see it coming together. Last night, I felt like we did a lot of things right. There's a lot of positives within each game that you can kind of build off of. But overall, I think when we're, kind of playing behind them, getting pucks north as defensemen, getting it into our forwards' hands as fast as possible, and then kind of playing in their zone, you can see a lot of development going on, and more control over the game, I guess you could say. So we want to continue to build our game in all 3 zones. Having good gaps on the defensive side of things definitely helps with that. And then moving pucks up to the forwards, I think, as defensemen, those are the things that I've been kind of focused on.
You had a long shift in the second period on Saturday in Detroit. Just how would you describe how that feels physically, and what's the key to surviving a shift like that?
Yeah. Broke my stick too. It was a tough one for sure. I watched it back. I was pretty gassed, but overall, just trying to control the net front a little bit more, just take away 1 or 2 bodies if possible, and then hope that we can get the puck out to the neutral zone and get a change. But those shifts happen. But I think it happens to defensemen throughout each game, and when you come back to the bench and you get through it, it does feel satisfying because it is a battle, and you just got to do your best that you can.
What's the biggest threat the Predators pose?
I think they have a lot of skill and a lot of talent with their back end too. They get up the ice pretty well, so kind of eliminating that 4-man rush will be our goal tonight. Yossi will be up in the play a lot, but trying to kind of read off of their rush offense and make sure that as defensemen we have good gaps, our reloads are good, but overall just continue to focus on our game and continue to build from there.
Any changes to the lineup?
No, it'll be the same lineup tonight.
Caden?
Yes.
How difficult was that decision? Did you even consider Stolarz on a back-to-back or no way?
No, not really. Primo's been practicing well. He's been here, so I think he's in a good spot. So wanted to get him in there tonight.
What has stood out to you the most about him since he arrived, Primo?
Great work ethic in practice, and like I said, he's looked really good in practice. Very comfortable and happy to be here. And I think, like I said, all I can go off is practice right now. And we've liked him in practice. His work ethic's been excellent. He's done a good job.
There's been a couple of twists and turns, obviously, where the backup is concerned. How do you feel where you are now at this point with a backup situation?
Well, listen, I mean, we brought him in. Like I said, I see him practice. He's looked good in practice, so that's where I'm at right now with it. He's got to play tonight.
How's Steven Lorenz doing?
Good. There was a possibility tonight, but I decided not to. Yeah.
You said last night you need more from William Nylander.
Well, yeah, I mean, Willie, yeah, we need him to obviously score goals, right? That's what he does, but there's more to his game than that. It's not just on all Willie. It's just, like I said, our guys got to put the puck in the net. That's the side of it that I'm looking. Yeah, when I talked last night, but it's not all on Willie. It's on all our guys that we depend on to score goals.
How would you describe those conversations that you have with Willie? Like when you're asking him?
Yeah, they're good. I mean, he always has good feedback, to be honest with you. Like he sees things that maybe I don't see that he talks about and where he's at mentally and, puck touches and stuff like that. These guys need the puck in their hands. They want to have the puck, and sometimes they're not getting it enough, so they're not feeling like they're into the game. So those are the types of conversations we have, most of the time. Just different things like that. They're good, though. I see his perspective, where he's coming from, that maybe I don't see. I'm not in his head, and what he's feeling and what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing. So I think they're good conversations. It's really good feedback for me, and I just want him to hear me and what I think.
So
So when you move him up with Matthews, sometimes,
Yeah.
is that to get him more touches, or is that
Yeah,
to limit
just
Cowboys minutes? Or?
a little of both. I wanted to watch Cowboys minutes too, but also I thought there were real good opportunities in the offensive zone. Whenever I want to try to get him out there in the offensive zone, face-offs, so I thought it was good opportunities there.
You touched a bit on Yarncroc last night, but just talk about maybe his journey from the start of camp when he was...
Well, yeah, I think, from last year, he missed most of the year and came back and was in the playoffs playing, did a good job. And then coming into camp this year, I think he knew that, he probably had to fight for a job. There was jobs, there was competition, and I think he did a great job. And he earned it. He worked, he competed hard, played well in the exhibition games and in practices, and then he's off to a great start, which is great for us.
Predators are also off to a pretty good start. What are you noticing about Nashville to start the season?
They're a good dynamic offensive team. They're aggressive, obviously, with Yossi. He drives a lot of their play. He's a great defenseman. He's up in the play a lot. He's dangerous, and they got some good forwards. I mean, O'Reilly, Forsberg, Marchessault, Stamkos. They got good players, so they're playing pretty well right now. It's going to be a hard game for sure, but our guys are ready for the challenge. I think last night, showing how we can play and how we need to play. That's real good positive energy coming into tonight's game.
Where are you at with Nick Watt? Is there another level he can get to, or how do
I really liked his last two games a lot. I thought I said the Montreal game about halfway through it, he started to really show me, his game. I think he's been good. I mean, providing some offense, but penalty kill's been good. His face-offs are, they're up and down a little bit, but he's digging in more on face-offs. We're going to need that right-handed centerman to win draws, especially on the PK. But he's got skill, what I see. There's more to it just than the one side of the puck for me. He's getting good opportunities to score, strong on the puck, and he sees the ice pretty well, makes plays. He's made some good plays.
How much can the adjustment with puck touches and everything be attributed to so many new guys on the team?
Well, that's part of it. I think I tried Bobby up there for 2 games, and I know, I try to use Willie with other lines at times too, which is fine, but I think, I liked a lot of the stuff that line did with Michelli. He makes some really sneaky plays in the offensive zone. So we just got to stick with it and see how it turns out. I don't want to just break it up already. I want to try to stick with it here and get that line going.
Out in front, shot, score! Shot save! Oh my goodness! What a save! Shoots and he scores!
Supplied by Canadians for Canadians. From storage and safety to janitorial and maintenance, all shipped locally from warehouses across Canada. Global Industrial Canada delivers high-performance equipment and essentials from trusted local vendors. Support local excellence with durable Canadian-supplied solutions. Global Industrial Canada, we've got Canada covered.